Come out on the web at deximaging.com. That's DEXimaging.com. Or call 352-266-0333 for your free document management evaluation today.
Ocala's information station, 1370 WOCA. Ocala.
All right, 5 minutes after 11 o'clock. Nice looking Monday morning. Hope you're doing well. You know, when you hear about somebody who needs help, you automatically, your brain starts going into the direction, well, what can I do to help? What can I do to help, right? When you hear about other people helping other people, then you always try to figure out, well, what is it exactly that they do? Why does the person they're helping need the help? And then you still don't know. Barbara Leonard is somebody who came to our attention so many years ago because of her relationship with the New Horizon Academy for Exceptional Students, which is a school in Ocala for autistic children. And we had this relationship with Barbara and her husband, the late Don Leonard, who used to come in here. Don was a great storyteller, by the way, for those of you who remember the Ocala Storytelling Guild. And we got to learn a lot about the mission they were on because of Barbara and Don's grandson. And so we continue learning about autism, et cetera. Today we get to meet somebody new. Ace, where did I put my notes on Ace's real name? Oh, I'm going to have to ask her. There it is. Amparo. I roll the R. Amparo Perales.
Very good.
And Ace is what we'll call you, so I'll just call you Ace. I like that name, Ace. That's a cool name.
Thank you.
Well, nice to meet you. And you have an autistic son. You said he's 21 years old.
He's 21 years old.
And Barbara, how are you doing?
Well, I'm hanging in there. It's, of course, been hard. I miss Don, but I am surrounded by family. And, of course, I guess I have this mission with Billy and through Billy trying to help other people and other families that deal with this, because it's just such a hard thing to do. I mean, any family that deals with a disability, my heart goes out to them. And we do sometimes try to help there. But, of course, my main focus is on autism because, unfortunately, well, I guess it's getting to where more people know about autism, but your son Javi is 21, Billy is 20, and
Is Billy 20 already?
Back when we first started on this road,
He was a child.
very few people really knew a lot about autism as far as this goes.
Yeah.
And so we just really started trying to let people in the community know about it and ask for help, because when you have a small school like we have, when we started the school, there were only 4 students. And now we
Wow.
And now we have anywhere between.
Were you
12.
one of the founders of the school?
Well, I wasn't one of the founders, but Billy was in the first class.
Is that right? He was one of the first 4.
He was one of the first 4.
Do you know what
that
I
was back in 2002.
We've had discussions before about children in general, and this always comes to mind. I don't know who said this first, but when you're raising a child, you're raising an adult who, he's not an adult yet, but he or she will be an adult one day. And so what that means is that, they have to have skills to provide for themselves. The same thing with an autistic student, correct?
Right.
Correct.
And ultimately, they become independent. I guess our friend Doug, he's not autistic, but he's got Down syndrome. And, he lives by himself. Do you know why? Because his mother was so smart, she knew not to institutionalize him, to treat him as normal as possible, and to teach him everything. He lives by himself. He lives right next door to me, so I'm kind of I'm safety net in a little way, but because his mom passed away. But and I'm guessing the same thing is true. Is Billy?
Billy will never be able to live on his own.
He's never. Okay.
Billy has no communication skills to speak of.
Okay.
He has some talk communication. He can tell us he's hungry or come in and say Granny's house or something other like this. But to carry on a conversation with Billy is very hard. And this is one of the reasons that New Horizon has been so wonderful for Billy, is because, as my daughter used to say, he went to school happy, he came home happy. They always told us what his day was like and everything like that. And since he could not communicate with us, we always wanted to make sure he was in a safe, good environment. And like I say, that's the biggest problem you worry about as they get older, is Billy still, we have to watch for signs. If he's sick, he doesn't tell us he's sick.
Oh.
He sort of just starts lying down and doing these different things and stuff like that. So a lot of us is getting to know Billy, and this is part of what has been so good about the school, the continuation of all the teachers and everything there. I think most of the teachers we have there have been there since the very beginning of the school or came on very shortly.
Is that right?
So this has been a wonderful continuation, and it says something for how good the school is, too, that these teachers would stay on for all of these years. And like I say, it's just been absolutely wonderful for Billy, and you know, I've told you that over the years, so I'll let you talk to Ace a little bit about the school, and then we'll talk about what we're doing.
I definitely want to do that. Ace, tell me the name of your son's name again.
My son's name is Javier.
Javier.
We call him Javi.
Okay.
And he spent over 10 years in the school. He just graduated. He's 21. So as a child with a disability, you can go to school.
Can he speak?
Till 22 years old.
Communicate?
Javi speaks,
Okay.
and he speaks in different languages also.
Wow.
Yeah. Noise is his niche and his curse. Because he's
What is noise?
noise. So, you know, whether it's verbal or any noise.
Oh, okay.
So if he can control it, then it's good. But if he cannot control the noise, if it's a surprise to him, then he's a little bit
fireworks or something like that.
a little bit terrified. And he's learned to desensitize some. He hated the vacuum cleaner. Now it doesn't
Me
matter.
too. I hated the I always hated the vacuum cleaner.
Yeah, but that's because of work, probably, huh?
I hated it. So okay, so he speaks Spanish and English? Or?
English, a little bit of Japanese,
Wow.
Italian, German.
So, and I know, Barbara, we had this discussion before where we always think that somebody who's autistic is also savant.
Yeah.
But sometimes they are. So is Javier savant?
No,
in that way?
Javi is not
No?
savant. He is just, you know, autism is such a broad spectrum.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
just one on the spectrum, and he just happens to like how things sound in different languages. He
Wow,
thinks that's just fascinating.
That's
so.
pretty amazing.
Yeah.
And so you're with the Centers for Autism.
I'm what's called a parent partner with the Center for Autism and Related Disabilities, and we.
And that, of course, is CARD, what most people
Yeah,
call out.
Card.
Card.
I'm looking at the brochure. Nice brochure, by the way.
And we work through the University of Florida, but we are under the Department of Education. And all our services are free to the families. We are a group of professionals and parents who, since 1993, have provided services to individuals on the spectrum and their families.
So as always, the visits we have with Barbara and today with you, Ace, is twofold. We want to educate the listeners so that if they know somebody who could benefit from either CARD or from New Hope or from any of the programs, they need to be able to get in touch with somebody because it's a revelation to them when they find out that there's a school such as New Horizon.
New
right?
Horizon Academy.
But then the other reason you come on is because it's not free. It's free to the students, but it's not free. Somebody has to get paid,
Somebody
right?
has to.
And so you have a couple of fundraisers we're going to talk about, right?
Yes.
So-
The tuition at the school for each child is $19,000 a year. And they make this up with most students there, just about every student there, is under the McKay Scholarship, which the state gives. And Ace, you can correct me if I'm wrong, each child, according to their disability, gets a certain amount of money. However, this is not all the money that they would get if they went to the public schools, am I not right?
Right.
And they get a portion of it.
And we've heard this before, too.
Right.
Not fair.
So
Yeah.
it's
Not
not,
right.
you know, I understand the public schools still have to be there for others, but it's a shame that when you're going to your school that they don't get the money. So the difference has to be made up by the parents.
And is it 50-50, do you know? That's what it was at one time.
I'm not quite sure.
I'm
how
not
much
either.
it
I was
is.
thinking
but-
it was more 60-40 and we got 40.
Okay,
I'm not
so
really sure.
But let's use that with a little asterisk so the
Right.
listeners know
Yeah.
we might be wrong about the figure. But basically, when a student goes to public school, 100% of the money that's allocated to that student goes with him to the school.
Right.
When a student would be better off in a school like New Horizon, from what you just said, 60% stays at the public school even though the child doesn't.
Right.
Which is crazy. So 40% of it is all that follows that student to the private school, in this case New Horizon, which means that the parents and the community in general basically have to say, well, our tax money isn't paying complete because this 60% of the money and the student isn't even there.
Right.
Yes.
I don't even understand how that is even fair. How do they even think this way? But that's the way it is, and this is what you have. This is what you've been dealing with for as long as I've known you.
And like most of us, we're very thankful. I mean, when you're in this kind of situation, you're thankful for anything they'll give you, because you could be getting nothing. So I mean, we're very grateful for the McKay. We just wish it would be a little bit fairer as far as this goes.
And before they think we're picking on public schools, Don was a public school teacher.
Well, Don and I both.
You both
retired
were?
from school teachers. My daughter is a school teacher over at Fort King Middle School.
Okay, so I don't want the listeners to think we're anti-public school.
No, we love
absolutely
public
not.
education.
Yeah.
And we actually work with the public school system in that they do have some specialists come in. We have a speech specialist and a, occupational specialist
So I guess
that comes into the school.
So I guess in fairness, we would say that it's not the public schools that make that money decision, it's somebody else.
No, yes.
It's the state legislature, where unfortunately the public school fights with the state legislature just as much as we do.
Okay,
Absolutely.
gotcha. Right.
No, we have nothing against the public school system. They do a lot of great things for many, many wonderful kids. And even they realize that some kids have to be schooled a little bit different. And to a certain extent, I think they love having New Horizon there, because we take some can't that they really
can't handle.
Well, it's not that they can't handle, they don't have the personnel.
Right,
Because they
right,
need this
right.
small group teaching, the small one-on-one in certain cases, et cetera.
Right.
And so, no, we're very supportive of each other as far as with the public school and New Horizon.
Barbara and Ace, we have to take a little break, but we'll be right back, and we're going to talk about the tennis tournament and the golf tournament to help raise money.
And the party.
And the party.
Yes.
Ooh, I don't know about the party. Okay, we'll find out about all three things when we come back. We'll do that in just a bit.
The weather is brought to you by myfwc.com. Safe boating is no accident. A few heavy thunderstorms around this afternoon. Otherwise, partly sunny skies. The afternoon's high in the low to mid 90s. Mostly cloudy skies tonight, low nearing 75. Partly sunny skies with a shower or a thunderstorm around. Tuesday's high close to 90. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm Michael Stack.
Are you in need of custom screen printing, embroidery, or promotional items? Then look no further and come visit the brand new Legacy Team Sales. LTS is conveniently located off 17th Street next to Armstrong Homes in beautiful Ocala. We offer the best prices and highest quality products for your company, team, school, or nonprofit. Whether looking for screen printed shirts, embroidered polos, or travel team uniforms, you'll be sure to find it at Legacy Team Sales. Come visit our new 27,000 square foot facility. Our friendly and knowledgeable sales staff will assist you in every part of your custom purchase. LTS carries the hottest brands in the industry like Under Armour, Russell, Mizuno, Asics, Badger Sports, Gildan, Pacific, Ogio, and many more. At LTS, screen printing embroidery is done in-house and we guarantee customer satisfaction. Stop by, give us a call, or check us out on the web at shoplts.com. Remember the name, LTS.
Ooh, ouch. Does pain have you glued to the couch? Yes, unfortunately it's true that every year we must get older, but that doesn't mean we have to deal with pain in our back, knees, or shoulder. If your muscles and joints are sore, don't worry anymore. Come get acupuncture from me and you'll be pain-free. Acupuncture starts as low as $35 at a Better You Healthcare. Call me, Dr. Erica Olstein, at 615-5566. Stop your pain from driving you insane.
Here's what you may have missed on the John Tesh Radio Show.
Coloring helps our brain downshift to more soothing alpha waves. That's because filling in the lines requires just enough concentration to keep your brain focused without risking any burnout. Lower testosterone means a man is less likely to stray and look for other mates after he becomes a father. Are your lips always dry or chapped? That is usually the first sign of dehydration.
Intelligence for your life on the John Tesh Radio Show. Don't miss this stuff.
Hey, Matt, I know Sunrise Automotive does auto stuff, but I need some tires for my truck. Can you recommend someone?
Yes, I can. We do that.
No, I mean, I need them installed and balanced and all that.
Yep, we do that.
Well, my son needed his windows tinted.
Yep, we do that.
I need my seat replaced.
Yep, we do that too.
I need a new roof line, a new spoiler, and a new trunk.
We can even do that too.
Okay, I get it. I suppose you can also do a radio show too, huh?
Well, as a matter of fact, join me every Monday at 10 for auto repair with personal care here on The Source.
Of course you
All
do.
right, if you're listening, Doug, we were just talking about you. I'll tell you that. Doug listens a lot. All right. Barbara Leonard is in the studio with Amparo Perales, also known as Ace. I'm glad you have a nickname. It's easier. And we're talking about autistic children, autistic students, and a fundraising event called Aces for Autism. It's the third annual Aces for Autism 2015 fundraising event for the New Horizon Academy for Exceptional Students. It's Friday, August 28th and Saturday, August 29th. It's golf, right? And tennis at the Country Club of Ocala. And there's also an auction and a party you were telling about, right? So how did I do on all that, the factual stuff? How much, do you have a goal? How much money do you want to raise?
We'd love to make around $35,000 and all. Last year, I think we made around 23.
Is that right? Okay.
And this year we added the golf. And this is how we started. Is like you say, this is the third annual. But the first year we actually only had the tennis tournament. And the country club has just been wonderful. I can't say enough.
And your
about
son
it.
Troy is very athletic, right?
Right. Well, he's very much into tennis.
Okay. Oh, he's the tennis guy.
Right.
And he's a runner too, isn't he?
He was into running, like I
Right.
say.
Yes.
You know, again, that was when we got to know each other. As you said, you came out and participated some when we did the run walk out at
Right.
Silver Springs.
And we were the slowest walkers, except for the old man with the kid on his shoulders.
And the walk run was wonderful for many years, but we actually stopped that the year all the transition because they didn't know what was going to be going on in September. They couldn't assure
At
me.
Silver Springs.
Oh, in Silver Springs,
yeah,
right,
Silver
right,
Springs,
right.
And I went home crying and said, Troy, you know, we can't have it, you know, this year, and the school needs money. And he says, Mother, we'll take care of this. And so, like you say, he played tennis a lot too, so he went to them out at the country club and told them all about it and said, you know, there are lots of runs, but we don't have many tennis tournaments. So how about let's put on a tennis tournament for the area? And so we started the tennis tournament, and the country club and the tennis community just supported us really wonderfully. And I actually think I was in here that year talking about it, and one of the things that Larry said to me was, he said, okay, if you don't play tennis, how can you help?
Right,
And
right.
of course I said, well, you can always donate and this, that, and the other. But I started thinking. So the next year we started our party on at that time it was the night before the tennis, and all because I didn't know, again, unlike with runners where you just sort of show up. I mean, the tennis players, they usually do a little something the day or night before because they have to get when they're going to play tennis, because they show up at different times for their
okay.
matches. It's like a draw party.
I didn't know that.
Et cetera. I didn't know that either. It's like a draw party. So we just decided to make it a big party as far as this goes, where we had a nice dinner. We have a band. Dr. Rubin, the Second Opinion Band, played for us last year and this year. And
It's a second opinion band. I like that.
They're awesome.
and along with it, we have a silent auction. And we go out into the community and get them to support us. And I don't want to start mentioning all the wonderful things we have because I'd leave somebody out. But ACE also has us, which I'm going to have her tell you about, where you can find us on Facebook.
Okay.
And on Facebook, we're going to put all this information and tell you how that if you can't come to the party, but you'd like to be part of the silent auction, you can. And also more information about the party. You can come to the party on your own. The tickets are $25 for the party per person.
Okay,
But you
okay.
get dinner there. You get the band. You get lots of fun. We have the silent auction. You do have beer and mixed drinks, and it's just a really wonderful, fun night.
And where's it
people.
going to be?
It's at the banquet room of the Country Club of Ocala.
Okay.
So that we added last year. This year, we added the golf scramble. And so we're going to have the golf scramble on Friday, starting, registration is 11:30, and then it starts at 1. And then after they finish playing golf, we'll go over to the banquet room for the prizes. And those that want to can stay for the dinner and the silent auction. And hopefully if they want their wife to join them or a friend, they can certainly come join them.
Nice.
So we have a full weekend.
So golf, tennis, and the auction.
Right.
So, and we can help by all three of those, and we can also help by, I'm guessing, donating things for the auction.
Oh,
Are you
yeah.
still
That would
look-
be wonderful, yes.
Okay. So what do we need to know, Ace? So do you have any information that'll help us do all these things?
Well, you can donate, you can donate anything. We have tickets for Disney, we have art, we have, we're going to have, like a golf bag.
Oh,
and
nice.
things
Okay.
like that.
Right.
Bring some tennis stuff in. So anybody, any furniture store that wants to donate anything, or an individual that has a nice piece of art, or we have gift cards. We do a Eat Ocala set, so we do a basket with a whole bunch of places you can eat in Ocala.
Oh, that's nice. That's
Yeah, and we do a Shop Ocala also, which package, a whole bunch of gift cards for different places to shop. So anything like that would be wonderful. Any great idea that anybody has.
Are there sponsorships or?
Well, they're not exactly sponsorships. We recognize them as being part of our silent auction.
They don't donate.
Okay, so by donating something, their name gets mentioned on.
Oh yes, we have an official program that we put out. And everything, and then as I said, on our social media and different places that we talk about them. And the restaurants, while the people love the Disney tickets and what is it? What am I trying to say? Aquatica and
tickets,
SeaWorld. That's what I was trying to say.
Yes,
but really, the ones that are fought over the most are the ones Ace was mentioning as far as for the gift cards.
I bet,
because they're right here in town.
Yeah, I know.
So many people love the different restaurants and the different
that does sound like a really good idea.
And I mean, we usually have 20 or 30 of those that we put together that range from $100 to $150 in value.
So Ace, what is the Facebook page?
It's Aces for Autism Ocala.
Aces for Autism. Okay, I'm typing it in. Oh, I see it. Right, it came up right away. Aces
2015.
Okay,
yes.
I'm looking at it.
And the number, the word "for" is spelled out, F-O-R.
Yes.
Oh, okay. There's one for 2013. Is there one for 2015 also?
2015, yeah.
Okay, so there's one for 2013. So don't go to that one. Go to
there shouldn't, and we'll make sure that one's not there.
That's hard to do. It's hard to get Facebook to take down an old page.
Yeah, that's what I went to. I thought, no, it's got to be a newer one.
So, they can certainly contact us
here
there.
it is, okay.
And we'll make sure that mine and Ace's numbers, I haven't actually, I'm terrible. I shouldn't even admit this, but I'm not on Facebook. At 75 years of age, I'm doing good to do
You're
email
doing really
and the phone
good.
as far as
I didn't realize you were 75.
So Ace is in charge of the Facebook. They finally got me to text, right. And also Ace is in charge of the Facebook page, and we will get a lot more information out. We start about this time, it's there for anybody, but we really start.
How did you get a fundraiser named after
you?
yourself? How did you do that?
I know. I thought it was one. I didn't even come up with it, but I said, yes, I'm in. It's got my name.
Ace, how do you feel when you have to leave your son in somebody else's care? Like when you're doing this, how does he react?
Well, I'm lucky enough that I have a big family, so I have the supports in place to help me. And like right now, today, he's in a summer program that the school has, New Horizon Academy, so he's with his teachers, and he absolutely loves his teachers. So I think they were going to go out to the library today and to the park to have a picnic. So I feel good there. When I have to leave him someplace that he doesn't know, it's difficult for him and me because, that's just like leaving your son the first day of school where you leave him crying and you feel like crying. But you have to do it, That's one of the things parents have to think about. They have to be proactive for their child because, unfortunately, we're not going to stay alive forever. So, when you don't want to leave your child, and this is what I tell parents, because that's what I do is help parents, is you have to think of that child. You can't even think of yourself because we're really, we love them so much we don't want to leave them anywhere.
That's what we're doing,
But the point is to make them as independent as possible and to have the supports in place. So when you are gone, somebody's there to pick up the pieces.
So I found it on Facebook. Just let me tell the listeners, if you go to Aces for Autism, make sure you go to the one that's, and put Ocala, Aces for Autism Ocala, and I think 2 come up, or maybe 3, and just look for the one where the most recent post is like now, like the most recent post on here is July 1st.
Yes.
I just shared it on my page. So if you go to my page, you'll see it, the right one. And if you go to Robin's page, she'll put it there later on. And I'm sure it'll be on the WOCA page as well. So
thank you.
Just to help out. I always love hearing when people are doing great things for other people. Barbara, you've been like the queen of this whole movement ever since I've known about this.
Yes.
So if you want to play golf, if you want to play tennis, if you want to go have a nice party and a dinner and an auction,
barbecue and beer.
Yeah, and barbecue and beer, and get tickets for like gift certificates, I guess, for the different restaurants around town.
Auction.
Disney tickets, just some great stuff. All of that is the information at the Facebook page, Aces for Autism Ocala. Make sure you go to the right one. Do you want to give out a phone number?
You can put mine down, 352-804-3777.
Okay.
And I just want to encourage people to contact us. There's still time to become a sponsor. There's certainly still time to become part of the silent auction by donating any kind of services or whatever goods that you have.
Okay.
And all of you are recognized. We do have an official program that we put out. Our sponsors are listed on the T-shirt, which is still going, and all that. We still have time to get you on all of that. And we need you to come out and participate. If you play golf, if you play tennis,
Right.
like I say, get some friends, come out and enjoy the party. And you're doing a lot of good and hopefully having a fun, well, certainly, like I say, it's been very, the feedback has been really wonderful and have a great time. It's been very successful.
Barbara
We just
Leonard,
want it to be more successful.
thank you. We love you, Barbara. Thank you for coming in. Amparo, Perales, Ace, thank you so much for coming in. Thank you for what you're doing. You're making the world a much better place. We'll be right back.
Fox News Radio, I'm Pat O'Neill. Negotiations at a sensitive stage. There has been progress in talks to limit Iran's nuclear program, but U.S. officials say there are still things to resolve.
The Iranian side